Which PBL are you in?
I'm in the baking one. And we didn't even really talk about baking that much. We did games, like icebreaker games, and like talked about our rules for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like the classic stuff like don't be mean, Or I mean
Yeah.
like not to like say you should be mean, but like we've already done like the dance so many times as seniors. It's kind of just like
Yeah, we've walked the walk.
exactly like when we're making our own rules and we're like, yeah, it's the same stuff every time. Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, well, hello Fala, welcome to Dialed In, or M's Super Cool Super Show, where it's all about M and M's guest, Simon Bessler, or better known as the United States Secretary of Education. So I was gonna say defense, but
Nope, education.
that doesn't exist. Education.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wanted to sit.
Defense can exist if we make it.
Yeah. And I just wanted to like sit down and talk about kind of education, really seriously
Yeah.
for like next half hour or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, where do you see kind of the American education system going?
Well, I don't know. I'm torn.
Yeah.
I get so many differing views and like opinions on just the way that education is going right now. Some people there's a big gap in younger students of just knowledge. Like they're becoming, it's a mean way of putting it, but they're becoming stupider and stupider, right?
Yeah.
Their reading levels are going down, their math levels are going down, the behavior in the classroom is worse.
They're saying things like skibbity and
Yeah.
everything.
The brain rot is pretty bad. And obviously it is kind of a factor of just the internet becoming something that they are exposed to from such a young age. But
Yeah.
also, parents are becoming more and more aggressive towards teachers. And I get so many complaints from teachers, and they're just like,
Yeah.
hey, this student was not doing their work, and so I gave them an F, and then the parent came and beat me. And it's like, they're just...
We get that a lot here.
Yeah, it's a little sad,
Yeah.
but it's sad, it's disheartening, and it's just because they are the future, and if they're not getting properly educated, how is America going to function as a country?
Like we as Gen Z and Gen Alpha need to work together to protect the ozone and the green and like get rid of greenhouse gases. Half of us can be focused on that, but the other half is focused on like skibbity riz.
Yeah, it's just
and I'm just not a big fan. And I also
of climate change or skibbity.
I think that's up to interpretation.
Okay.
And I also think it's interesting that you, as the United States Secretary of Education, get direct feedback from teachers.
Well, one of the main problems with education is everything is just so understaffed that the complaints go directly to me, because there's just no one between me and the teachers anymore, because the government's putting all the money into military, so nothing's left over for education.
I think personally, and how we get better education is we merge all schools onto designated like military camps.
See, because then the military money is also going into education.
Exactly.
And we just teach them how to, be in the military. And, occasionally like, 2 + 2 is 4, But I think that'll also help with, behavioral problems, because here... you have to be kind of nice to them, but in the military, you're in the military.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're gonna be disciplined.
Exactly. Oh no, my math test is next week. Problem of the past. Oh no, I'm getting sent to
to the new camp.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm getting sent out to Ireland to fight
the potatoes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't famine themselves.
Big problem.
Big
problem.
And I can't believe, like, is that something you've lobbied for from the president, like, before?
See, I would if I had time, but I've been so swamped with just direct complaints that I haven't really gotten to it yet, but it is something that I hope will become the future. That's actually what I'm I know I'm the, US Secretary of Education, but I am currently still in high school. So when I go to college, I plan to kind of make that my goal and make education in military camps and bases my main focus. I'm majoring in military and education and, early childhood teaching just because you need that to work at the military.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, that's kind of my plan. And, the side gig of United States Secretary of Education is just, it's kind of a way in to change the way that education currently is.
That makes sense. And I guess to sort of move on a little bit here, if you look behind your chair to the left, underneath that entire plank of wood, that is there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I found that just around.
Yeah.
And I kind of think it's very symbolic.
It really is.
Because as we know, teachers are required to do a 5-year deployment in the United States. A lot of people don't really know that. That's why
it's not very talked about. One of the main problems with education is just the misinformation and the lack of communication and education, even with, just citizens.
Yeah. And that's why I think that exploring specifically is big. Like the minds of students exploring out there, getting information. And, for the teachers who need to, go to the Middle East and fight for our country.
Yeah.
Before coming in and teaching science or English or something.
Yeah, so it's actually really funny that you brought this game on because this is actually a game that I'm trying to get into education systems.
Really?
Yeah, because it's so good at... Here, I'll read you the summary.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Explorers, 1982, Jim Dekov. A cooperative adventure game. Now, cooperative is very important because that's how students learn to work with each other. And you know what else is really important for working with each other? Being on the military. Because you need to really work with your fellow, military people to, make it out. Anyways, let me continue.
Okay.
The game's adventure scenarios are taken from the records of real journeys of such explorers as Marco Polo, Columbus, Drake, Scott, Nansen, etc. The famous ones.
Yeah, I know all those guys.
Yeah. Players pick an actual journey, prepare supplies, assemble a crew, and venture forth on the original route. Players must deal with whatever challenges were originally faced, including mutiny, sickness, and rough seas. I was actually, I was on a ship once, and I actually got scurvy. That wasn't very fun. I had to have some citrus. I was able to sell a sword, so that was pretty cool.
That's sick.
Yeah. Okay. You are a team, so this is a team game, which is really important in education, of explorers on a cooperative venture. You have crew meetings to plan strategies and carry out actions. Thus, everyone plays an important part in realizing as many of the objectives of the journey as possible. The added bonus is that each adventure scenario has enough variables so that it can be played many times. So this is a game that can be played over and over again with different outcomes every time because it's just as, random and bizarre as real life, especially in the military when you don't really know what's going to happen to you. Don't worry, I'm still going.
Oh, thank you.
This is a good family game as well as a classroom game. Now, this is why I'm trying to get it into the education system. Suitable for few players or for a large group, like a classroom. Heave anchor...
Simon, it really seems like you didn't really read the summary I gave you of the show. And
I did.
That hurts.
I did.
Okay. What's next?
We have a guest speaker coming on.
I mean, I guess. But, you're sitting here improving your way.
I'm not improving.
Through
I know what I'm
this
talking
game
about.
I brought.
No, I know all about Explorers. It's a popular game.
As my friend and the United States Secretary of Education,
I'm your guest.
I expected more than you. we go to the same high school. Jesus. Okay. Well, anyway, it's time for our next segment.
Sorry, I wasn't done. Let me finish. Excuse you. Heave anchor, set sails, and head for open waters. A real eye-opener about life of explorers. Now, this is why explorers is so important in the education system and in the military. We need people to collaborate and learn about Christopher Columbus.
Finally, something we can agree upon. Christopher Columbus needs to come back into the education system. And that, really important. Columbus Day already passed, but remember,
Celebrated next year.
Exactly. We are going to move on to our next segment, where we have on a guest judge, actually.
See, I know what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to have a little drawing contest.
Okay.
If you could step back here, please.
Yeah.
Just making it so easy for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, ma'am.
We really strive for ease of, guests.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Okay. I'm
Watch
gonna.
out for the flames.
Go ahead and pick up your mic.
If you could just do a quick introduction before I explain.
Hello. Some of you might know me as the greatest artist of all time. Others might know me as Brody James or something like that. I'm here to judge Simon only. So, thank you.
What? Who said that? There you go.
Thank you.
I'm already, jeez.
Jesus Christ,
You get along.
Basically, what we're gonna do is, first of all, I would like both of us to draw our idea of the current education system in America, kind of on theme.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for.
Is this a time thing? Do we talk about it, or do we draw and then show?
I mean, we can talk while we're drawing.
Yeah.
so
I mean, obviously,
there's
I know all these rules. I just want you
Yeah.
to explain it for the
Yeah,
audience.
I believe
watching.
you, man.
Yeah. I know. what's
Basically, we have about a minute or something to draw.
happening. You should be talking to the camera.
Well, they are learning for the first time.
Yeah, that's why you should be talking to them. I know what's happening. You should be talking to the camera, because they don't know what's happening.
Doesn't know what's happening.
I know what's happening.
No.
Okay.
I
Basically,
do.
we're gonna draw 3 to 4 prompts, and then Brody is gonna Judge Brody is gonna judge us.
Get to
correct.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your views on the education system, Simon?
I'm so
Very good.
excited to hear that.
Well, I think it needs to be vastly improved, because there are just so many problems with the way that we teach. Students are, as I said before, getting dumber and dumber. The brain rot. As you mentioned, Skibidi Toilet is
Yes.
becoming a
Yeah.
big issue in the young folks, especially in kindergarten and first grade. So, I'm actually curious. What are your kind of current views on the education system?
I mean, I think America's the greatest country to ever do it.
Yeah.
Respect, brother. And I mean, I don't think we could do a single thing better. And bringing you on is kind of my personal proof that the education system is incredible, and nothing needs to be changed about it.
I agree.
I see.
Such a good opinion.
Hang on, I'm almost done.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just take your time.
Yeah, of
Did
course.
you finish?
Yeah. I
Finally.
finished.
Oh my God, Simon. I really don't think you can make this more annoying for me personally, but whatever. Thanks, buddy.
It's okay.
I've known Brody here for a while, and kind of curious. What are your thoughts on the education system?
Well, personally, I think that, like you said, it couldn't get much better. I mean, it's so inspirational. I mean, it's just a beauty. You walk into school and you see your peers around you, and I know you brought up Skibidi Toilet, but I just think that you need to find better friends.
Oh, exactly.
And you need to be a role model for people around you, because I think you're really just a failure. Sorry, I got a little off track. I think the school system's great.
I'd like to go first with my drawing. And I have drawn, as we talked about, it's the very like common practice of parents just coming in here and just beating the teachers, you know, and it being so commonplace at, you know, schools like Fala, you know, and honestly, I think it's great. After the teachers go through their 5-year deployment in the military, and they come back and they just don't stop getting pressure put on them, that's what we need. You know, and here we have a little kid doesn't understand how this is going to benefit their education, so they're sad, you know, as is natural. But really, you know, and I use the purple roof kind of as an example of like, you know, high class environments, because only high class environments
Exist in America.
exactly. Go on.
Okay, so I drew this originally as, you know, the education system, but I think it's also a good drawing of your opinion. So this is a pile of poop doo-doo. It is steaming. And now with the reform to put education into the military, which I want to remind you is my goal. We're not quite there yet. We need stricter, more bars. Have you ever seen Captain Underpants? That's what we're going for.
Okay.
That is the goal. So
That
that's
is
the
your one
reform
thing.
into
I
a
agree.
nice, neat, shiny.
Yeah, you almost look like Captain Underpants. You're almost there.
One of these days, buddy.
Yeah, well, look who has more hair, okay, buddy? Yeah.
You gonna take
That's
that
what I
from
thought.
him?
I don't think I need to say anything. If we talk about hair,
So our next prompt is
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, I didn't get to.
oh, my bad.
I wonder who's gonna win.
Well, if you could show it to the camera.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
It's-
I'll tell you how to run the show.
Yeah.
So
It's
so
been pointed at the camera.
oh, okay. So you can stop talking. So right here in the window, the pure emotion on this face.
yeah.
What's her name? Sally.
Sal, how'd you know, man? Oh man.
Down here you have the dad beating Cassidy.
Yeah. Miss
Oh.
our own Mr. Cassidy. You know,
Cass-
happened plenty of times. You know, made him better for
I
it.
just think the smudging of Al and the smudging of Dad.
Thank you. And she's ginger too. You know, which
Oh.
you know another reason why she's sad. It has double
It's just-
meanings.
It's so beautiful. I mean, how sad could it be to be ginger?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, let me. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the good. Clean line work. You know, the steaming lines. I really appreciate. They feel very nuanced. I think you're, you know, down there. It looks like a pyramid of some sort, but you know, I appreciate the flies. I appreciate the whole nuance to the drawing.
Thank you.
Now
thank
to the
you.
bad, all of it. So, what was like going through your head?
Well, I was kind of just listening to M talk, and this is my opinions of that.
Hmm.
But
see.
I am not an artist. I am, you know, the U.S. Department of or Secretary of Education, and education doesn't really focus on art, so I actually don't care about art in the slightest. I'm only agreeing to do this art contest, which I knew about beforehand, to show that we don't need to focus on art. Art is meaningless.
Well, we can
in-
tell that you don't focus on it.
Also, bold
Yeah.
statement being invited on my show in an art school. Also.
Yeah. So all that is to say, the person who doesn't want to focus on art, lost. So I think what are your guys' opinions at home? You know, who won?
Exactly.
Moving on to the next.
Say in the
Sure,
comments
Please get it out of
section.
my face. Oh my
Don't worry, it's
God.
been gone for a little bit.
Thank God.
I have one more prompt before Brody here gives one. And my prompt is just Brody himself. I mean, draw your representation of our great judge here. You know, I think that'll really just
Yeah.
tell all.
Perfect. Yeah.
Going vertical for this one.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really excited to see this. I think you could go at this in so many ways, and already seeing M's representation of emotion in, you know, the little ginger Sally. I I'm so excited to see how I'm just represented here. I'm a very artistic person, and I'm an inspiration.
It's true.
I'm like Basquiat of the 17-year-old species. What do you have to say about that, Simon?
I was not listening to you.
Why'd you?
I thought he'd be cooler. You know, like I try to bring guests on who have pure, unadulterated aura, and Simon, I thought, had incredible amounts.
Simon has negative aura. It's unbelievable.
Almost disgusting how it feels to be around him.
I mean, like, when I look over at Simon, it reeks of just nothing. It's no aura. Like, I look over to my right and I can just smell the aura. Like, I mean, I think we can tell which side of over here has aura and which side doesn't.
I mean, Simon, do you want to go first this time?
Get it out of the way.
So, I drew you, Brody. It's you. Sorry, I forgot to add one little detail.
Oh,
there we go. Nice and bald. Captain Underpants. As we were just
Captain
talking.
Obvious.
Yeah.
like we couldn't tell.
I kind of forgot what he looked like. Because I just don't care about you as
What
much.
He would have a.
No, what
It's
you
not
look
me.
like. What I was talking.
I mean,
Hey,
Brody
hey.
does have a nose.
Hey.
That's all I'm saying.
So, sorry, let's cut real quick. So, the way that shows work is you often talk to the audience, which is what I'm doing because I'm explaining to them my drawing.
Yeah,
so,
but they don't care.
but they do, you're just an art judge. You're a failed artist. Why do you think you're on the show? You're not getting paid. You're not getting paid. You're a failure of an artist.
Okay. Hey.
You went. You're in debt.
Hey, it's
Thanks for coming onto my show, guys. I really appreciate it.
yeah. I'll have you.
You are $100,000 in debt. You went to art
78.
school. So, you paid some off, huh?
paid
how
some
much?
off.
How much? Yeah.
$22,000. I know you can't count.
Can
No,
we cut back
do
in?
you
I'd
not
like,
have interest
I'd-
then? Interest.
I'd like to show my own drawing
right,
now.
so-
I'm real
Your
proud of
drawing
it.
really shows how intelligent you are. Show it to the camera. Let's speak to the audience.
Let me.
My
add
drawing
on to it.
is Brody Olson. How I see him. And I know he likes video games, so I drew him saying I
You're
am a
dead.
gamer.
Oh,
went-
you see how I can't
You went
see
to
it,
an
so I
art
can't even
school,
respond?
and now, look, failed artist. Yeah. This isn't a piece you're supposed to laugh at. I put my heart and soul into this, Brody.
I'm laughing at you.
You're the failed artist here. I'm not
You're the
100.
one making
I'm
art,
not.
you're failing.
I'm not $78,000 in debt. Okay,
Let's see
I
this.
didn't
This
go
is
to.
not-
I didn't go to
I
an
think
art
he's a
school
cool
for a
artist.
degree that is giving me nothing. You are here because you were a
represent
failure.
education.
Yeah.
And look at where that's going. Obviously, you're not very
It's
smart.
great. It's going great. I'm in high school and I work for the government. Okay, I'm above you.
Yeah, you're a little ant. You're a little pawn. You're like a pawn, moving pawn. C6.
Who controls
Nerd.
your debt? I do. I'm the secretary of
control-
education.
you control education.
I write your
My name is Cleveland Brown.
debts.
and
You
I
control
am here to
education.
say
Yeah,
money.
I'm back in
I-
my hometown
I am in
with
charge of
my
the
new
school that you
family.
graduated
Nah,
from.
I'm done with this conversation. Let's see some talent. Oh, dude. I mean,
You can just use his mic.
Sorry, I that was a little mean. I didn't mean to do that.
sorry.
Yeah.
We got a little sidetracked.
It's okay.
Just
We'll cut
wait,
that. We'll cut
swap,
that in post.
Swap places. Swap. Put this.
Can you tell a difference?
I can't. That's a really good drawing.
Thank you.
It's basically
I know.
Brody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you even got it down to my muffin hands.
Yeah. I mean, just show him. Show him, like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've known this guy a while, so I kind of had a little bit of an advantage.
I
but-
like the cool artist. He really is a good artist. You know?
Yeah.
One of the best. Makes a ton of money. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
one of the best off.
Well, I mean, thank you, Brody.
I saw your painting in the gallery the other week. You're doing really good. I thought about
Okay, get out
buying
of here.
it, but you know,
Go.
I work for
Go.
education, so I don't
Go.
have a ton of
I thought
money.
you wanted me to
No,
give
go,
up.
go. You're getting along too well. Go away.
He's a
Then-
good guy. I like him a lot.
He's my best friend.
I don't want to take him. He's a good friend. I'm not saying he's my
Bring
best friend.
on our next guest. Okay. Someone you know very well,
Yeah.
the President of the United States of America.
The one and only.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Go on, give a round of applause.
Yeah.
President James Levy, everybody.
Round of
President James
applause.
Levy. Okay. Go on.
It's
Oh, man.
it's our little inside joke. You wouldn't get it because you're not as close to him as I am.
Well, I just shook hands with the president, so. God, it's an honor to be here with you today.
Thank you. Thank you
Uh,
for having me here.
I just have some questions for you and Simon.
Mm.
You know, if you two were to change one thing about teachers' pay, what would it be? Starting with Simon.
You know, I kind of think it's perfect the way it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, President Levy?
First of all, thank you for the question. It's an excellent question. Have you ever seen the film Tenet 2021?
No, actually.
Okay, well there's a scene where the main character he's going back in time, but it's not like time travel; it's time inversion,
Mm.
right? And he's like,
Oh wow.
think more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little confused, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you for the question.
Of course. I mean, Simon, what are your thoughts on, the president?
You know, he's a good guy, obviously. You know, the entirety of the United States wouldn't have voted him in
Yeah.
without it.
100%. Can you believe that? First
yeah.
election in 100 years to do that since Abe.
Yeah, it's just your numbers that you got, incredible. Yeah, and I love having a president who really knows us. You know,
Mm-hmm.
who's really on our level, in our age range. You know,
Yeah.
and also just having a president who's still in high school is just
Incredible. That's representation.
it's crazy, impressive. They lowered the age restriction just for him.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
And kind of vice versa. What do you think of, your United States Secretary of Education, Simon, here?
First of all, thank you for the question. It's an
Yeah.
excellent question. Nah. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, I
Good
couldn't
question.
I couldn't agree more, frankly. But I guess one more question for you, the president, who I only wrote 3 questions for. If you could do anything right now,
Yeah.
what would you do? And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to go to Simon first.
Well, I'd probably leave.
Okay, and over to you, James. President Levy.
First of all, thank you for the question. That's
Mhm.
an excellent question. You've seen the film Drive 2011 with Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Classic film.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's a scene where Ryan Gosling says, I drive. Yeah, that really flicked a switch in me when I saw that. And
Yeah.
that's what I do. I drive.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for the question.
Yeah. Your words today have been truly inspirational.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
sure, one of the teenage politicians here surely was incredible today.
Thank
One
you.
of.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
frankly, I don't want to talk to this guy one-on-one any longer than I have to. So I'm going to bring on
That
our
makes 2 of us.
I'm gonna bring on our next guest right away. The question boy, Jackson Varley. Come on. Yeah. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, Jackson Varley. Have you two met?
No, I don't. You're Jackson Varley. It was.
I didn't vote for him.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Who's this guy?
He's Jackson.
I've never seen him.
He's the question boy.
I thought you were saying you were getting students
Every
that go
episode.
here.
No.
I've never.
This is
this
is
guy.
this is the full
This
grown
guy's
man
the
I-
question boy. What are you doing, Em?
Okay, this is a full grown man who does not work here. Okay, and I have him for
Oh.
my show as the question boy.
I don't think that's legal.
But he's the question boy.
But we're in school. This is a
So
closed
okay, I have a
campus.
question, for both of you. Like, just like, what do you think of ska?
You go first.
You know the
go
music
first.
ska.
Yeah.
I really, really like ska.
So I actually hate ska.
Do not. And okay, let me for the record, never interrupt the question boy.
I hate ska. I don't like your questions. I think they're stupid. I think you're stupid. I think you're stupid. M.
Fine. Question boy, ask him a question.
Yeah. Shoot. Ask
What's
me one
your
of your.
address?
What's my address? I'm not telling you. I live here. I live in the walls, Jackson Varley, M. Cheney. I live in the walls of your house and your house. I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
So
That went well.
what do you got? You got anything?
Oh, yeah. So I went out this morning to
Yeah.
get my mail, right? And I opened the mailbox, and then I realized that it wasn't my mailbox.
Yeah.
But you know, I'd gone to all that trouble, so I figured I should take the mail anyway.
Yeah.
And I found this letter. It says Simon Bessler.
Simon? Guess it's his letter.
I guess so.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
It was,
totally.
it was an honor having you.
Yeah, glad to
And-
be here.
Yeah. I'd love to have you on again, frankly. So this was M's Super Cool Super Show, with guest Jackson Varley, the question boy. And I can't wait to see you all next time.
What's your address?
Goodbye.